Good morning, it's Miss Vasvary here on Crazy Hair Day. If you showed your spirit and had crazy hair as well, feel free to message them to me, email them to me. I look forward to seeing what you've done. Or did you wear red or black? Send me those too. Today we're going to be doing a little read aloud called Two of Everything. And after that, I have a little math lesson to go with it. And if you send that to me today, that's fine. But if you don't get around to it till the next couple days, that's okay too. Whenever you do it, it can count as your math for the day. So it's called Two of Everything, and it's by Lily Toy Hong. Once, long ago, in a humble little hut, lived Mr. Hatak and his wife, Mrs. Hatak. They were old and very poor. What little they ate came from their tiny garden. In a lucky year, when the harvest was plentiful, Mr. Hatak had a little extra to take to the village. There he traded turnips, potatoes, and other vegetables for clothing, lamp oil, and fresh seeds. One spring morning, when Mr. Hatak was digging in his garden, his shovel struck something hard. Puzzled, he dug deeper into the dark ground until he came upon an ancient pot made of brass. "How odd," said Mr. Hatak to himself, "to think that I have been digging here all these years and never came upon this pot before. I will take it home. Maybe Mrs. Hatak can find some use for it." The pot was big and heavy for old Mr. Hatak. As he stumbled along, his purse, which contained his last 5 gold coins, fell onto the ground. He tossed it into the pot for safekeeping and staggered home. His wife greeted him at the door. "Dear husband, what a strange pot." Mr. Hatak explained how he found the pot. "I wonder what we can do with it," said Mrs. Hatak. "It looks too large to cook in and too small to bathe in." As Mrs. Hatak leaned over to peer into the pot, her hairpin, the only one she owned, fell in. She felt around in the pot, and suddenly her eyes grew round with surprise. "Look," she shouted, "I've pulled out 2 hairpins, exactly alike, and 2 purses too." Sure enough, the purses were identical, and so were the hairpins. Inside each purse were 5 gold coins. Mr. Hatak was so excited he jumped up and down. "Let's put my winter coat inside the pot. If we are lucky again, and the pot will make 2 coats, and then we will both stay warm." So into the pot went 1 coat, and out came 2 coats. They began to search the house and quickly put more things into the magical pot. If only we had some meat," wished Mr. Hatak, "or fresh fruit, or one delicious sweet cake." Mrs. Hatak smiled. "I know how we can get anything we want," she said. She put her 10 coins into 1 purse and threw it into the pot. She pulled out 2 purses with 10 coins in each. "Ah, what a clever wife I have," cried Mr. Hatak. "Each time we do this, we will have twice as much money as before." The Hataks worked late into the night, filling and emptying the pot until the floor was covered with coins. Morning came, and off went Mr. Hatak with a long list of things to buy in the village. Instead of vegetables, his basket was full of gold coins. Mrs. Hatak finished all of her chores and sat down to enjoy a cup of tea. She sipped her tea and admired the brass pot. Then, with a grateful heart, she knelt and embraced it. And she hugged it. Dear pot, I do not know where you came from, but you are my best friend. She stooped over the pot to look inside. At that very moment, Mr. Hatak returned. His arms were so full of packages that he had to kick the door open. Bang! Mrs. Hatak was so startled that she lost her balance and fell head first into the pot. Mr. Hatak ran over and grabbed his wife's legs. He pulled and tugged until she slid out onto the floor. But when he looked at the pot again, he gasped. 2 more legs were sticking straight out of it. Naturally, he took hold of the ankles and pulled. Out came a second person. She looked exactly like his wife. Oh, there's the extra legs. The new Mrs. Hatak sat silently on the floor, looking lost. But the first Mrs. Hatak cried, I am your one and only wife. Put that woman back into the pot, right now. Mr. Hatak yelled, No, if I put her back, we will not have 2 women, but 3. 1 wife is enough for me. He backed away from his angry wife and tripped and fell headfirst into the pot himself. Oops. Schroeder, are you trying to join me read aloud? Off you go. Both Mrs. Attacks rushed to rescue him. Each grasped an ankle and together they pulled him out. There were 2 more legs in the pot. So they pulled out the other Mr. Hatak too. There's the extra one. Just what use does one Mr. Hatak have for another? Mr. Hatak cried angrily. This pot is not as wonderful as we thought it would be. Now even our troubles are beginning to double. But his wife had been thinking while he was yelling. Calm down, she said. It is good that the other Mrs. Hatak has her own Mr. Hatak. Perhaps we will become best of friends. After all, we are so alike. He will be a brother to you, and she will be a sister to me. With our pot, we can make 2 of everything, so there will be plenty to go around. Schroeder, get out of the read aloud. Oh, he keeps trying to come visit. He's not used to me working from home. Oh, here I jump up again. Who knows? And that is what they did. The Hataks built 2 fine new homes. Each house had identical teapots, rice bowls, silk embroideries, and bamboo furniture. From the outside, the houses looked exactly alike, but there was one difference. Hidden in one house was a big brass pot. Of course, the Hataks were always very careful not to fall into it again. The new Hataks and the old Hataks did become good friends. The neighbors thought since the Hataks had grown so rich, they decided to have 2 of everything, even themselves. Oh, look at them all. And that's the end. It's the end of our book. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was a little bit silly. Now comes the time for our math lesson. So, the brass pot in the book 2 of Everything was used to double anything you put in it. So when they put one teapot, they came out with 1 plus 1 more teapot is 2. When they put in, when they put in 2 teapots, they would double. So it could be 2 plus 2 equals 4. You know that double. With 4 teapots, let's say they put 4 teapots back in. I don't know why you would need so much tea, but maybe they were gifts. If they put 4 teapots in and they got 4 teapots out, they would have 8 teapots. It's way too many, but that's okay. I would like you to figure out, first going up, starting at 1 plus 1 makes 2. Then using that, 2 plus 2 makes 4. Using that 4 plus 4 makes 8. See how high you can keep doubling the number. How high can you go? I think some of you could get to 100. I think you can. I think some of you could even get to 500. And if you can get to 1,000, that's just a bonus. Now, if you're having any trouble with this, and you get up to, maybe this number's not even in there, it's just an example. Maybe you get up to 44, and you're not sure. I don't know what 44 plus 44 is. Well, remember, you can always draw your base 10 blocks, even though you don't have them there. You can draw them. So 44 looks like this. 10, 20, 30. That was a little big, that's fine. 40, and little 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I could do is that's this 44. I could draw the other 44 as well. 10, 20, 30, 40, and my little 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can use these, I can count them together and see what my total is. So let's count them together now. Remember, always count your biggest numbers first. So do we have any hundreds? No, not for 44. Let's count our 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So we have 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. So I know that my answer is 88. Now I'd have to try to double that one. It might get a little tricky. You can always ask your parents for help, or an older brother or sister. Or you can try it a different way. A different way we can add 44 plus 44 is to group them into tens and into ones. So in 44, we have 4 tens, like our 4 tens blocks here, and 4 ones. So that means that we have 40, and we also have 40 over here. So if you know that 40 plus 40 is 80, and you know that the ones, the 4 plus the 4 is 8, then you go 80 plus 8 is 88. We would break up our tens from our ones and make the math a little bit easier for ourselves. So your job, you're going to have 3 jobs. I'm going to write them on the back. 3 jobs. Your first job is to go up to, I guess that should be double. Use your doubles from 1 plus 1. So that would be 2. 2 plus 2 would be 4. Then you use your 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Use your 8. 8 plus, 8 is, I'm going to leave that one a mystery for you to solve. Keep doing that. So you have to do your doubles from 1 plus 1. Then, for number 2, and see how high you can go. Can you get to 100? Can you get to 1,000? See. And if you need your family's help, that's okay. Number 2 is, this one's a little bit harder. If you start from 3 plus 3, see how high you can go. So 3 plus 3 equals, that's 6. Then we use our 6. 6 plus 6 equals 12. Then we would use our 12. 12 plus 12 equals, I'm going to leave that one to you. So see how high you can go for 3 plus 3. And your third task, if you had that magic brass pot, here it is, what would you put inside? to double and double and double forever. So number 3 is, what would you put into the pot? And remember that when we do our work, we always want to try to write in full sentences. So for number 3, where you're answering me in words, you should say, I would put something into the pot. Or if I could double anything, I would double whatever. Don't just say frogs. I don't know why you would double frogs, but one word is not enough. You should be making a full sentence. You're grade 3s. All right, that's the end of our math and read aloud. I'm just going to show you again the Spirit Week poster for tomorrow. So tomorrow is Dress Like an Old Person Day. So let's see what you come up with. I don't know. Are you going to be an old person that you know? Or are you going to be an old person maybe you saw on TV? It's up to you. I'll also let you know, I'll put this back first. I'll also let you know that I will be doing a read aloud for the rest, or part of the rest of the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory book. So if you want to hear the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory book, I'll put up another video later this afternoon. And I think tomorrow, keep an eye out for tomorrow, I'm going to be trying to do a live stream, and we'll see how that works. Maybe we'll do some question and answers. Maybe it's just going to be a, hi, how are you? And you can write in the comments. But keep an eye on your family's emails, and if you subscribe, it'll alert you to when I do post that. So we'll see. All right. Have a good Tuesday. Remember to do your 5 activities, or at least 4 of your 5. Doing some math, doing some writing, doing some reading, exercising, and helping out a family member. So make sure you're doing at least 4 out of those 5. And I'll see you again. I've really enjoyed seeing all the work that you've already sent me. Thank you so much. All right.